Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Benisa. How are you?
Good afternoon, Paul. Doing really well. Thank you so much for asking. How about you?
Very good. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to be here. Hello, everyone. It's a good day today. Yes,
Every day.
you're looking forward to today's topic. Closing a property above asking price. Is that possible? How can you do that, you say?
Well, if anyone can, you can, Paul.
Vanessa, thank you so much. And I want to tell you thank you. While we wait for a few people to come, I want to thank you and all of the team members and staff and everyone there at Agent Locator because I saw a review on my book, The Five Steps to the Sale, and it was long. I've never seen such a review. And the publishers asked me, "Wow, like who is this?" And it's from you guys.
Of
I
course.
thank you, thank you.
No worries. Well deserved.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No problem.
So when I was asked this question, how to sell a property above asking, I started to say, "What in the world are you talking about?" But it's really not bad. It's not hard. It's something very simple. And it's five really, really simple things that you want to do, five techniques. And we're going to go over that today. And, right now we're just waiting for a few people just to gather in. And I'd like to give it a time, give you some time. So while we're giving next 5 minutes, people time to come in and get settled down, because I understand sometimes things are set and there's a little traffic, you might need to get to turn on your computer. So I always like to have a little bit of leeway. While we're waiting, how about we have three people that would come up here and introduce themselves, just kind of tell us what city in the world you're in, well, where do you practice your real estate, and do you work with sellers, and have you ever worked in the capacity to sell over the asking price? Three people. Benisa, who would that be? And it looks like we have something going in the chat already. If we're able to get three people, that would be phenomenal. Lisa, I'm an AI assistant helping Lisa salvage da 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 da. No, oh, look at that. It's pretty cool.
Okay,
So
here's Guru. Let's see if he's willing to talk with us.
yeah, cool. I'll take this down for now. So who do we have on the stage coming?
Guru Singh.
Guru. Hello, Guru. I like your name.
Can do such great marketing with that name.
Yes, you can.
Your
Because
go-to real estate guru.
I was exactly what I would tell people. I am your real estate guru. Guru, is
Yeah.
that's what you tell them, right?
Yes. I was doing more of the pre-construction. Now I'm getting back into a resale market.
Yeah,
It's I love doing resale. It's more kind of you get out and you can represent yourself more in that. Your negotiation skills, your expertise. I love resale market.
that's good. Very good. Wonderful. All right. So while we're waiting, the numbers are rising as usual. The people are coming in. We're going to talk about today how to get a property sold above asking price. But while we're waiting, Guru, tell us. Well, we know your name, beautiful name, and we admire that because we think we envy you because we could use that name to do a lot of marketing.
You
What?
know what? You know what? That domain already on for my name. But
Good job. You have it secured already. That's a good man.
yeah.
So tell us, what city are you practicing in, and do you ever work with any sellers to get the property sold above asking price? Have you ever done it? And have you ever tried to do it, or have you ever done it?
To be honest, I've been working mostly with the buyer side.
Okay.
I'm working mostly in Mississauga, Milton, Brampton, London, like along the west side. Toronto. I usually work with more buyers, and now I'm getting my hands on listing sites, um, which obviously in the GT is a lot of competition with the really really well known realtors.
Okay. All right.
So, but you gotta start from somewhere. So I wanna get into more listing sites now. So
Good. You know,
yeah,
they say listing is king. So when you have the listing,
that's
typically,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go now. Try to do that.
Okay.
Learning
All
every
right.
day.
Who's next? And before you go, Guru, thank you so much. And let me tell you, your direction is right because when you have a listing, you're expected to get at least three more listings from that listing that you got, and you're expected to get about 5 to 7 buyers from that one listing. So it's very
Mhm.
important. I'm telling you the truth. So
That's
who's
it.
next?
That's the goal is.
Good, very good. Anyone else that would like to come up and say something here?
And we have Robert in the chat. He maybe has an interesting story to share if he's willing to join us.
Over 25,000 over. Cool. Tell us about that.
251,000, Paul.
Oh, he corrected that. Am I seeing doubles or I sorry. Okay, Robert, tell us how that happened. Can you come up to the stage? Oh, he's here. Yay, everybody. Welcome, Robert. $251,000 over asking price. I am not speaking today. Robert is speaking. Unmute your mic, Robert. Unmute your mic. Let me ask you to unmute your mic. We can't hear you, buddy. Welcome.
Can you try talking now, Robert? You're unmuted now. Nope, still nothing from my end. Can you hear him, Paul?
No, I can't hear Robert. Robert, we cannot hear you. So sorry about that. We would love to hear your story. You could keep trying to set your device up. Anyone else that has any opportunities to have sold over asking price?
So from what I'm seeing in the chat, most of them have been working with buyers
All right. Okay.
till
No problem.
date. So this will be fun, maybe a little introduction for listings as well.
Yeah, it's a good thing. I've been in the business 21 years. My name is Paul R. Atkinson. We'll get started. And let's just bring the slides up and show you. It won't take long today. I think we could knock this out in about 30 minutes and then you could get back to your day. But it's going to be very good. And you want to stick around all the way to the end. There is a gift for you today. So you will be able to get a free coaching call if you're wanting it. You could sit with me directly one-on-one for 30 minutes and I will answer any questions you have one-on-one. My name is Paul R. Atkinson, certified professional coach. I'm the author of the book, The 5 Steps of the Sale, released in maybe 2 years ago. And prior to that, in 2017, my first book was The Art and Science of the Real Estate Agent, Day One, Close the Deal. You could find me just about anywhere as long as you just put the name Paul R. Atkinson. Google it. Wow, anything you do, it'll show up. Our objective today is to learn how to work with a seller on marketing that property. But not only just marketing it, you want to, what if the sellers say, you want to be very impressive? Like, for example, there is a realtor right now that is making so much headway in Miami that he is like, I don't know what the guy is doing, but he's doing very good stuff. And I kind of have some ideas, but he's able to sell listings in like a week or two. And it's all about the skill set and what you have. So I'm going to show you 5 unique techniques today that's going to help you to sell a property over the asking price. And if Robert gets his mic open, we would love to have him back so he could be a living testimony and tell us how he got $251,000 over asking. And more than likely, you're going to see some similarities with what Robert has experienced or what you're about to see. So make sure you get a pen and paper and be ready to go. So we're going to learn how to work with a seller on marketing the listings. We're going to discover the skills that you need to have because I'm going to kind of pick your brain a little bit and cause you to think. And then you're going to learn what to do to sell over the asking price and the 5 proven techniques to do so. So let's jump right into it. And then at the end, we're going to come back with a kind of like a open floor where everyone any and everyone here will be able to open up their mic and ask a question. We're going to ask that you limit your speaking time to right about 30 seconds, so 15 seconds. Just get your question out quickly so I can answer it quickly, so all of us can get, or quite a lot of us can get a chance to speak. All right, so here we go. Let's set the tone. Number one, if you're wanting to sell the property for over asking price, here's what you should do. Number one, you want to create and show the value of the property. You know, when you go on a listing appointment and you tell that seller, well, I need to walk the property because I'm going to feel something and I'm going to see things that's going to show me the true value. And also, of course, I sometimes I have my clients fill out like a questionnaire or just something that we call a seller's disclosure, and they just kind of tell me anything on there that would make the value of the property be more than anything else. Like it has um, a basement that's finished. It has a exercise lot. It has porcelain walls, or there's something there. So when you walk through that property initially, you want to find what is it that makes this property so valuable? What is it? Is there anything? Search for it, look for it. And then you want to express that in the write up, in the remarks section. For example, totally renovated, beautiful 3-bedroom, such and such home with this extra value lot. You know, speak in this kind of tone and this kind of manner. So you want to put it in the write up. It's very important. There's often times when you look at listings, you will see that some agents just put one sentence, or they just they barely put anything. They barely describe the property. You have to have this skill set. I'm not saying for you to be an author or a writer, but you definitely can even just scribble something and use Chat GPT to help you out, right? That could be your best friend. A lot of people are doing that today. And then images. Do not get images. I don't care what size the listing is, even if it's $50,000 for the contract price, which what are you going to get? $1,500? So it doesn't matter. Take the images professionally. It's part of the business as a listing agent. So make a relationship with a great photographer. Sometimes I put them on retainer. I basically say, hey, listen, I know this year is January. I'm planning to do maybe 100 listings this year. So I'm going to put you on $700 a month retainer. I'm going to run through the year with you. Whatever. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm telling you, do everything in a systematic way, so much so that it create this amazing brand. So when someone sees your listing, they're like, you know what's consistent about this guy? What's consistent about this gal is that he always have great pictures, great write-up. He always know how to identify the value and talk about it in the write-up and show it in the images. So, for example, let me give you a sample of what I do or what I have a photographer do. Let's say we go inside of a kitchen and it's nice quartz. I will tell my photographer, or I'll do it myself, I want a shot of the camera like glazing across the countertop. I want you to see that. Whoa, look how this looks. If there is a pool or a sitting area overlooking a pool, I want a shot where the chair, behind the chair, and it's showing this view. Think about it. What's the value? Show it in the write up, show it in the images. That's number one. Number two, coming soon. So what you want to do, I don't know if you do it. I'm in the South Florida market, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach, and our MLS here allows us in the United States to go ahead and enter something into the MLS as coming soon. That feature is phenomenal because you're able to do all the write-ups, put in the words, do everything you want to do, and you could add some pictures. But most of the time on the coming soon, you're going to discover that most of the agents do not show photographs. They just have this big coming soon. What I like to do in order to sell it over the asking price is not only I'm going to have nice images, and I typically have about maybe 30 to 50. One time I had 75 pictures Of course, it's like a 5,000 square foot home, but our MLS can take up to 100 photographs. So coming soon, run it. So put it in there. You got your listing agreement signed by the seller. You got your write-up. You found a value. In the meantime, they're staging a few things. You told them to take this down, do this, do that. Your handyman is there, so it's going to be 5 days or so before you actually launch it. Put it out there, coming soon. And then put at least 5 to 7 images. Do not put all the images, not all at once. Just give it about 5 of the most unique shots. It's like a trailer of a movie. You know, when you watch a trailer, it's like, oh man, I want to see that movie, because they show boom, boom, boom. They give you like all of the like nice, good stuff, and you're like, I gotta see it. That's the way you have to think about this marketing. Very interesting, isn't it? This is like the secret sauce. Number 3, pricing. You want to strategically sit down with the seller. You want to show them the active listings, the active on the contract or the pending listings, the closed listings, those 3. And you want to let them know that the active listings are your direct or their direct competition. And therefore, they're going to be entering into the ring as a fighter with these active listings. So they should be aware of it. And then you want to let them know that the pending listings is a gauge that we could watch the DOM, which is the days on the market, to see how long would it take for us to kind of get something popped off. That's why we kind of look at that one. And then obviously the closed listings are the ones where the appraiser is going to focus on. The pending listings could help the appraiser if you need to find a value by simply calling the listing agent and asking them, hey, listen, your pending sale, when you planning on closing out? Because if they're planning on closing out the next day, it could help the value of your property to go up in subject. So let me not veer off, but I wanted to give you that. And I know you're tracking, I know you're following, right? When you set the price, sit with the seller, educate them, and show them being in the ring with the other actives. Pending sale, basically say, hey, how long it should take, roughly. This is how long it took them, and this is how they looked. Their kitchen was like this, bathroom was like that. We need to mimic that or be better than that. And then close is like, hey, look, this is what's going to appraise for. So that's market value. Now, if the seller still wants to be like out of that range, then what can you do, right? But there's techniques about that, and we can talk about that later in a coaching call one-on-one. Right now, the seller says, hey, I want you to get me over asking price. Okay, well, what is your asking price? As long as the asking price is right there at market value, you stand a very good shot at getting multiple offers. So when you list it right there at the market price and you show them and everything is good, this is part of the technique where you're going to get people to fight over it. Very interesting. Now, if you're slightly over the market price, then guess what? You still can do it because you have the previous things we just talked about. You did a coming soon. You also did where you're talking about nice images and nice write-up, and that's important. Number 4, you want to plan your first showings a few days out. So for example, it's going to hit the market, let's say next week, Monday. All right. You're planning on hitting it then. Well, go ahead and say, okay, well, the first showing, I'm going to start taking showings on 2 days out, which would be Wednesday. The reason for that is you kind of want to ramp it up, right? You want to ramp it up to get a lot of people hyped up about it. They're like, whoa, this thing looks good. It reads good. It sounds good. I really want to check it out. Anticipation. Sometimes I even get offers coming in. A lot of times I do, to be honest, before it actually gets seen. I get a lot of offers like that. Most of them are investors, but sometimes I do get some really nice ones. So you want to plan your first showing a few days out. So when you have it listed, you would say, hey, it's listed today. Yep, ready to go. Here's my 100 photographs and my nice write-up and all my details and the value in there. But no showings. Showings will begin on Wednesday, blah, 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 blah. And set it at that time. So this is a really good technique. I've been in the business 21 years, and these things happen. I do get people coming to me just like, hey, Paul, I want to work with you. It works. It works. It works. It works. Finally, number 5, you want to be present at the showings because this is an attempt, this is a process that you're going after to get over the asking price. That's your objective. That you're intending. You listed it for 1 million. You really want to get 1,020,000, 1,015,000, 1,005,000. I mean, sometimes I even put in there that if I get it over, you're going to split it with me 50-50, or you're going to give me a $5,000 bonus. I do it a lot, and I write it in there. And hey, therefore, show me the money. That's what they say. So finally, you want to present at the show. And so you want to go there. You want to make sure that obviously you have all your selling skills down pat. You look good. You have right perception about you. And you are walking them and presenting the home. You're showing the buyer and the buyer's agent what's happening. What are the features here? Don't overtalk it. Don't be yap, 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 yap. Get their feedback as you're moving through the home. For example, this is a quartz countertop kitchen, blah, 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 blah. The seller did that, such and such. We have the automatic vent here, there, there. Just wanted to point out these features. Any questions? That's how you go through this process. Don't just walk through it. Oh, yeah, that's that over there, and this, da, 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 and that's over there, and da, 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 and come next. Get their feedback as they're going so you can prepare them to close, to move on, get a feel on them. Ask them emotional things like, towards the end of it, how do you guys feel about this home right now? How do you guys feel? It's a great property. How do you feel about it? Oh, this is great. It's great. Good, good, good. Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, do send an offer. Do send an offer. We have a lot of showings today. Do send an offer. Do your highest and best. All of that. Those are the skills that you're going to need to do. All right, so we're going to wrap this up, and this is where we're going to kind of open it right now. And what we talked about is how to close a property over the asking price. It might sound simple. It might look simple right now because you're seeing just these slides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are proven techniques. They do work, but there's a lot of things involved inside of each portion of the steps. For example, your selling skills. You should have selling skills. And if you don't know what that means, you should definitely look it up. So on the screen right now, you can have the opportunity to do a growth call, but we're going to open up. Benisa, if you would open up right now to questions, anyone coming up to the stage, we can talk about what we've discussed here. Any questions or any comments? Robert, this what is this? This one wording helps generate offers over as long as, look at what Robert says, as per seller's direction, offers will be presented on Wednesday. Okay, hey, look at that. Seller has the right to accept or reject all offers. So look what Robert said in the chat, guys. Robert says, hey, you know what? He puts something in there to say the seller will be accepting offers. So he's like setting them up. Now, didn't I tell you what we're going to go through? More than likely, Robert did it. All right, Benisa, anyone that wants to ask a question? I won't be paying attention to the chat too much.
Yes, I have added Robert here again to see if we can get his mic sorted. And we also had Panchan who raised his hand. So just waiting on them.
Come on up to the stage. All right, guys, I'll keep the QR code up there while we talk. And so you guys, sorry, buyer's market.
So
okay.
Michael is asking, in my experience, the over asking price has to be in a market with low inventory or the list price is lower than market value in order to generate excitement. How would this work in a balanced buyer market? A balanced
market is a
buyer
market.
market, yeah.
I wouldn't say balance. A market is a market. Let me tell you something, Michael. A market is what? You know what determines a market? Is what a buyer is willing to pay. So this conception of balanced market, data market, if you could find a value on a property and showcase that value, and you have the skill set to work that buyer through your writing, through your imaging, through your personal contact with them and their agent, you could sell a property. I would encourage you, Michael, to jump on a coaching call one-on-one, back on the screen. There you go. So I hope that was helpful for you, Michael. And who else would like to come up and talk?
So Guru said I lost listing last week because of that. Guru, care to explain?
Hi, I was doing a listing presentation, in Brampton. So the guy asked me my house worth this much and that, right? I said, when I run the comparative analysis, and I live in that neighborhood as well, and I say no, if we go on that price, like he was asking, like clearly 150,000 over the price, right? What the actual value of the house is. I give him all the scenario, right? Like I show him the expired listing, the listing which have as a high price, they've been reducing the price. Eventually, they sell on a market price and everything, right? And I told him, even I can put it on that price. It will stay in a market for too long. It will have a negative effect on your property, right? If 3 weeks, 4 weeks, no showings, you're gonna be you're gonna feel bad as well. But end up, I lost that listing, but after a week, I saw the other guy put what the price he asked for.
Okay.
So how to navigate these kind of things when seller doesn't want to listen to you, right?
All right. Well, let me ask you something. You're in the customer service business. Is that correct, Guru?
Yes.
And in the customer service business, isn't it said that the customer is always right?
Yes.
So when you get into a situation where, and I get into it often, where the seller wants to be over the asking price and you know that it's going to be there for a long time, its influence comes from two things. You influence a person by educating them and inspiring them. So if you sit there and you say to the seller, okay, you want to list for $150,000 over the market value. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, wonderful. I'm on your side. No problem. So what you're saying to me is that we're going to be on the market past this Christmas, all the way to possibly next summer. That's okay with you, right? So I'll be my listing agreement. I'll just put it for next year's summer, and I will definitely be doing the market. And here's why: because nothing is sold, and you're going to have to wait. We are going to have to wait until the market catches up to our price. That's what you're saying? Yes.
Okay, great. Okay.
Isn't that interesting?
It
21
is.
years, 21 years. And let me tell you something. Do you believe in the universe? Let me tell you something. Every time that I appease my customer, every time I do what is crazy, you know what's funny? The universe gives me something from it. Interesting. Let me tell you. So here it is. You get the listing, 150,000 over asking price, and I put my sign up. I even do open house. My colleague says, Paul, what the hell are you doing? Listen, my customer is always right, But when I'm doing my open house, here comes a buyer. Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul Atkinson. Are you working with a realtor? No, can I be your realtor? Yeah, sure. What are you looking for? Oh, 1.2 million, 1.3. Oh, great. Can I show you some? Bumps. I get a $30,000 sale because of the overpriced listing. Interesting. Interesting. Don't lose anything. The customer's always right. How could you come into my house and tell me what I should sell my house for? That's the crazy thing. Listen, look on the screen right there.
Yep.
Look on the screen. Get your cell phone out. That's what you need right there. Book a coaching call. Book a grow. It's free. Nothing to be sold. It's to educate you, do an assessment, show what's going on, and you can decide what you want to do. So who is next? Who's the next person? Quite interesting. Thank you, Guru, for bringing that up. That's very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you. No, it's good to learn from you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Who else, Benisa? Who else is out there? That was a good one.
I was talking and didn't realizing I was muted. So we have Jen in the comments saying, what if you have a seller who says they must get a certain price based on the improvements he or she put and spent on the improvements? So I guess pretty much the same applies.
Yeah, it does. And it's understandable. Jen, it's very much understandable. These are consumers, customers, and you have to put yourself in their shoes. What if you and your family did those improvements to that property and you, excuse me, and you have a certain mortgage or a certain payoff or liens that you have to satisfy? How can you sell it for, you know what you need to do. So if the market doesn't match your price, just be aware of it, make your customer aware of it, and go the distance. But make sure you tell them, listen, I know that you're overpriced, and I know that you know that you're overpriced, and we're in this together. We're going to be here till next summer, maybe even next year, Christmas. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, we're going to be on the market for a while. You know what people say. I have had listings, Jen. I have had listings that's been on the market 400 days. 400 days. My seller is a crazy lunatic. But you know what? It will be sold. When people come to me and say, what the heck is going on? I say, listen, my seller, I've known him for 15 years. I've sold all of his real estate. This is the way he is. He's waiting for the buyer that's going to come and want this piece of land for $950,000. He doesn't care about what you want. Nope. He's turned down 850,000. He's turned down 875, 950. That's what he wants. Can you do it? No? Okay. I don't I could tell you more about this story. I've sold things for him. We started at 600 and I sold it for like $1.2 million. Interesting. Anyway, any other questions? Who else do we have?
We have Robert in the chat again saying the key is not to overprice, the key is to underprice.
My guy, what did I tell you about Robert? What did I tell you?
He's going to be teaching the lesson today.
That's right. Not only that, what we covered, Robert is doing. Do you see that?
Absolutely.
When I started to do this presentation, the secret sauce is what Robert just said, and I was going to write it. But I know this is being recorded, and I said, I'm not going to give you my secret sauce. That is it.
Someone else's fault. No secrets here, I guess.
No.
Well, awesome. I think that is it. Okay, we have Jay as well saying now underpricing is also not good in this slow market. People will try to offer even lower. So what do you think about that?
No. Underpricing is very good. Is it Jay? His name is Jay? Is that right, Jay?
Yes.
Okay. Jay, no. Put in your mind. Look at me. Put in your mind. Underpricing is good. You know why underpricing is good? Because you could definitely show the value. Can you imagine? Let's paint a picture. Let's imagine. You're underpriced. And then you look at in the last 6 months, the last comparables, you even have their addresses. Can't you show them? Is it not a truth? The property is underpriced. Look at 123 Sycamore Street, it's same size house, it sold 50,000 more. Interesting. Very interesting, because you know what, Jay? Even when you underprice, overprice, doesn't matter. There's people out there that just want to feel that they're getting a deal. No matter if you price it at 100,000 over the market value, slash that price. They want to know that, oh, I'm getting $50,000 off, because it's their mentality. Create the value, educate the person, the buyer, through their buyer's agent, through write-up, through images, to compel them to see that, whoa, man, hey, the value is there, boy. This is a great, look at the pool. It's well manicured, it's staged right. And the value, show the value.
Yep.
Who else? Pancha?
Robert is just repeating about what he said at the very beginning about the clause to add that the seller has the right to accept or reject any offer. And he's just saying that it's a great way to protect both the realtor as well as the seller. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's also applicable in case of the underpricing. And Sergio is now saying that you can never hurt the seller by underpricing, and you can hurt them if you overprice.
yeah. There you go. Good job. So keep that in mind, guys. It's a pleasure, and I'm going to drop in the chat in case you miss an opportunity. Here is the link in the chat for you guys to get your Growth Call one-on-one. Any more questions? This was a very good topic today. We'll just summarize it. What we talked about was how to get a listing contract over the asking price. And there's a lot of techniques, but the main ones are, hey, get a good write-up, be creative, take good images, make sure they're professional, I recommend. Do coming soon, basically kind of like put it out there as a trailer, like a movie about to be hitting the screen in a few days. When you do show it, go there and showcase it. And you don't have to do it all the time, because if you take these heavy efforts up in the front of having this business opportunity, you're gonna hit it where you could put your foot up on the desk and relax. You're gonna hit it in the first shot, first week. So it's very important. Anybody else? Hey, I agree. Okay, good job. Anybody else? Any questions outside of this before we end?
I'm not seeing anything in the chat, but if anyone wants to come on stage, just raise your hands.
We would be delighted. While we're waiting, just a short story, just to inspire you. I first got my license in 2003, November, and the day that I got my license, my brother was a mortgage broker, and we shared office. I was a financial planner at the time for like 10 years, and I decided to get my real estate license part-time to help my brother. So in November 2003, I walked in the office. I took my exam early in the morning, passed it, went to lunch, come back to the office, and I said to my brother, "Hey, yeah, here you go, I got my real estate license." He says, "I knew you would." He says, "Here's a lead. This guy is qualified for $250,000 FHA." Like, what? What? What is that? I took the information, put it on my desk, started calling my people, do financial planning. Hey, you want to buy life insurance? Hey, you want to buy life insurance? And then about an hour later, I said, man, let me just call this lead. Call the lead up, a guy named Potasio. I said, hey, I'm Richie's brother. I'm a realtor, and I could help you to find a home. And the guy says, okay, good. I want 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Winston Park. I do not know what the heck is Winston Park, and all of this stuff. And I said, okay, great, got it. When do you want to see properties? This evening, 6 o'clock. I said, what? I run down to Century 21, my friend Buddy. I put my license there. I joined the MLS board. I got some property set up. I showed 3 houses that night, the same day, and I closed it. I collected a check made payable to Century 21, $500. 2003, closed the deal, $233,000, made like $5 grand, whatever it was. Small, but guess what? It was done. First day, day one, close the deal. That is interesting. There's a lot of things that goes on in real estate sales. It's very dynamic. And once you know everything that flows, includes working with a buyer and seller, and you put it all together, you tend to get a lot of deals. You could hit 6 figures in your first year and go to 7 figures and just grow and grow and grow and never go down. It is possible. That's my story. Anybody else, anything before we go? Vanessa?
Going once, going twice. Nope, I think that will be it.
All right. All right.
Okay,
Vanessa,
Jay
yeah,
says
thank you.
thank you, and it was great learning from you, and I agree, it absolutely was as always. So thank you so much, Paul, for sharing all of your knowledge
My
and
pleasure,
secret
Vanessa.
sauce.
My pleasure. I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and good luck with the sales.
Thank you, you as well. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. Thanks, Vanessa. See you soon.